Look at all these DC statues. Well, clearly that's not.
Give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own.
Hey, thank you for tuning in for another mini room tour of 2026. All of these statues were featured in a larger video, but we kind of briefly went over them. You can actually check out the video right here. Today, we're going to do an in-depth dive into this little back corner here, including all the autographed memorabilia and the actual statues. Starting with the autographed memorabilia, Rain Man, Tom Cruise, and Dustin Hoffman signed that one. Kevin Spacey signed that Usual Suspects. This Batman vs. Superman was signed by Gal, Henry, and Ben. So the three main characters. Jack Nicholson signed that Joker. Christopher Reeve signed that in the back, and Gene Hackman signed the Kryptonite. Chevy Chase signed that Griswold jersey from Christmas Vacation. And for the record, all of these are authenticated by Beckett or PSA. Gene Wilder signed that Willy Wonka. We have Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman signed the one in the back. I was drawing a blank there. This one was signed by the entire cast except Heath Ledger. I have a separate Heath Ledger autograph, but it wasn't on that poster. Interesting fact, if you ever have a poster that was signed by Heath Ledger from Batman The Dark Knight, it's fake because the printing materials didn't come out till after he died. 300, the entire cast signed that. You have a Clerks 2 back there, Ted, Fight Club, and entire cast of Avatar. Now I know you can't see these, that's because I'm a hoarder. I'm aware of it. Thankfully, this is the extent of my hoarding. I have a 2,200 square foot house and, basement and a 6,800 square foot house. There is not stuff up there that's like this. So below, I have matching slabs for almost every single one of these statues. There's CGC 9.8s. If it's a newer comic, I only buy a 9.8. But let's start with the lantern pieces over here. So these are quarter scale, meaning 1/4 the size of a real life version. You have XM Studios, Kyle Rayner as the Green Lantern. I have this custom Sinestro as the yellow, and a custom Atrocitus as the red. Now, as a reminder, I have detailed videos on every single statue we're looking at here, as well as detailed videos on the different display cases I use. Prime One Studios made this 1/3 scale penguin statue. Now, what's great about these statues is all of them, for the most part, have a lot of different display. So here's a different portrait, as you can see, completely different. And I believe this one came in with about 4 portraits. Same thing with this clay face. While it didn't have different portraits, it had different arm switch outs. This is a custom, and technically this is actually a quarter scale, but as you can see, it's taller than most of the 3rd scale because Clayface is such a big character. But this, I just had to keep in. It works really well in the collection. Most of these statues that we're looking at now are valued $1,000 to $2,000. This is by Prime One Studio. Both of these are older pieces, Two-Face and Scarecrow. These are actually based off the Arkham video games, which I've never played. I'm not a gamer. But to me, they're good enough representation of those Batman enemies to fill in my display. Next one is Punchline. If you're unfamiliar with who she is, she's kind of Joker dumped Harley for her, even though they're not a couple. And she is sadistic, she's crazy. And this particular Punchline statue, while it was sold separately, its base goes around this Joker. So these two are meant to be displayed together with Punchline behind. Obviously, I'm not doing that because of the way my collection is displayed. Both made by Prime One Studio. I think everything else here, other than one, is by Prime One Studio, including this Killer Croc. Another older piece, which I absolutely love. This Mr. Freeze is also by Prime One Studio. I remember when I unboxed this and did the review, you can check it out, I said this is the best licensed piece I've ever seen. While it has been dethroned, it still is amazing to this date. Poison Ivy, again, all Prime One Studio. Super elaborate, as you can see. You know, it's great when they have these awesome, amazing bases, but you want to make sure that the base doesn't overcompensate and overtake the character. Here is a Harley. This is actually another exception. So she is made by Iron Studio. I used to own a Harley that was made by Prime One Studio, and I actually like this one better. Again, has multiple portrait options that I have right down here. And then we transition to the Dark Knight Metal line. So this is a story in the DC universe where Batman finally kills Joker, and as he does, Joker releases a toxin, and this is the new Bruce Wayne right here. He actually turns into Batman Who Laughs. He's sadistic, and they try and resurrect a god by merging all these universes together where there's different variations of characters, which we're going to go over. First is Harley Who Laughs, who was kind of made after the fact, so I have her right next to this Harley. And again, she has like 6 different portrait displays. So she matches really well with that Batman. Meant to be counterparts together here. And back here I have some of those extra portrait displays. Behind is one I never read in the comics, but it's supposedly from the same storyline where Bruce Wayne is more medieval and he's fighting this Joker dragon. This is just unbelievable. A lot of these statues also have little light up features. I don't have the torch lit right now, but it's a little difficult to light it, but it is pretty cool when it is lit up. Here is a universe where he actually merged with the computer. So Alfred is kind of in there. That's supposed to be Alfred, I believe. It's kind of the variation of Bruce Wayne and Murder Machine together, or Cyborg. It's called Murder Machine. And all these merged characters are evil. So here, Bruce Wayne merged with the Speed Force, became the new Flash. Again, cool, elaborate base. It's actually the Batmobile turning into a speedster vehicle on top of the character. Obviously, this is where he got the Green Lantern ring. You can see he's building a monster construct on the bottom. Over here is Ares, the god of war. This is called Merciless. So he actually was in love with Wonder Woman in this comic, and spoiler alert, he kills her to get this power. This was actually Bryce Wayne. She was, her fiance was killed, and it was an alternate universe, so she merged the power of the Atlanteans, so kind of mixed with Aquaman. This one, again, this is very similar to that right here. Didn't really have a specific storyline. I'm sure there's a storyline somewhere. I have the matching slab for it right there. This is Grim Knight. In my head, almost a mix with the Punisher. And then you have the little corner. We move out of Dark Knight Metal. Prime One Studio made this giant Doomsday statue years and years ago. It's still one of my favorites. I think it still holds up great. They made this Wonder Woman versus Hydra statue. This is their Hush Superman. In my opinion, you have about 50 Superman statues, probably 100 that you can buy. This is the best one ever made. And then this is a custom Batman. I've owned probably 30 different Batman statues in this 1/3 scale. This is my favorite by far. Not only do I like the black suit, and this one also comes with a ton of portrait displays, and as you see, it's a pretty cool base, kind of that Batcave vibe. So that is my DC statue collection in my little Batcave corner. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Yes, we're still giving away $1,000 statues at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. You have to make sure you're subbed to the channel, you like the video, and then leave a comment. We're going to pick a random comment on a random video and give away those statues. In the meantime, check out some of these other videos and my social media. Talk to you soon. Take care.